Welcome to the pod.
Hi. You know, every time I greet you, my gente Latino,
That's gonna be like a running joke.
I always think about how fake my voice is at work. Like when everybody okay, because there are a handful of meetings that I lead myself, so like I feel like it's on me to like kick it off, right? And so I always feel like I'm like, hi team, how's it going? How's your Wednesday? How's your third? Like that just feels like so fake of me because I know they don't care for me to ask that question, and sometimes I don't care to ask that question. But here I am saying like, hi team, how's it going? Or hey everybody.
Is that your white girl voice?
I think so. I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And now like obviously like everything's done through email, through Zoom calls or whatever. So now it's just like literally you're sitting at my desk and then like the camera comes on before, you know, like it shows you yourself before you join the meeting, and then it just goes from like that where I'm
Well,
like,
first you have to make yourself bigger.
oh, of course, I make myself big. I play Beyonce.
Yeah.
And then I join the Zoom call and then I'm like, hi everyone, how's it going? And I just sound so fucking fake.
Yeah. You're like, who's this white girl on screen? You look on screen, you have blonde hair,
I
blue
am
eyes.
a white. I've seen where it's like I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join, and we'll kick off the meeting in 3 minutes. Let's give people a chance to join. Like,
How was your weekend? Do you have any plans for this weekend?
How
The
was-
weather's so crazy.
the weather, the week, which honestly, people that I've worked with that are on the East Coast have really fucking hated me because I'm like, it's chilly in Texas, and they were literally going through like snow blizzards and shit, and I'm like, with my space heater.
Like, it's so cold, you guys. I don't know what to do.
But yeah, it just feels like so fake, and I think of that every time I say hi to everyone here because it almost feels like I'm joining a meeting, you guys. Like,
Yeah.
hi team, how's it going? And I expect all of you in the comments to tell me how your week is going, please.
But you know what? You have your Latina flair. You're like, hola, amigas.
Hola,
¿Cómo están?
amigas. Mi gente
Mi
Latino.
gente latino.
How are you? I see some plump lips.
You noticed?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was like noticeable or not, but yeah, I got a little plump here and there.
When?
Tuesday.
Did it hurt?
So they do like a numbing cream, but I was kind of stupid because I put it on the lips, but really I should have done it on the outside because that's where they prick you. It's more on the outside of the lips. So that can be kind of painful. They give you like a stress ball.
Okay.
But I also got something called a lip flip, which they basically use Botox to lift up. So you have more like a pouty thing going on.
I do like it though.
Thank you.
Your lips look like rosy though. Do you have anything on them, or is
Yeah.
that them healing?
So I think part of it is them healing, and then I did put a little on because I do have like some red spots. So like I just wanted to like blend it in a little bit.
And how soon after I guess like a lip filler can you
Suck dick.
I was gonna say kiss.
Well, okay, that's so funny because
But I love where you're going at. These are the questions that people don't feel comfortable asking.
well, okay, so shout out to Wild and Beautiful. That's what it's called. She's actually following us on TikTok now. So she was telling me, she's like, just know that with the lip flip, like head's gonna be difficult. And I wanted to be like, I hate pussy. What are you talking about?
You're like,
I like women.
I have a wife.
So she said that, and then some people find it difficult too to like use straws.
Okay.
Let's just say I've tested them out and I don't have any issues.
Oh,
So,
that's what's up.
but
That's
so
what's
she
up.
was saying that I guess the Botox takes a while to like activate, I guess. So
Okay.
maybe like in another week I'll be like this. So, but I mean, that shit's addicting. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, what if I get more? And then now like I'm kind of like, because I do feel like, I mean, as you get older, like you lose more collagen in your face. So your face starts falling.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if like Botox a little just to, stretch it out a bit.
Try those clips that Doechii was wearing, where like
Oh, the tape?
yeah, it's like a tape and then like it clips to your hair, right? So then like it stretches you out.
But instead of like trying to blend it in, I just do it like that. Behind What? Is it natural? And you're like, yeah.
You're like, what? Why are you staring? No, but your lips look
Thank
good. I like
you.
it.
Thank you. Yeah, Luke likes them too.
A ver, dale un besito a los haters. Oh, que chinguen su madre. Okay, I hope everyone's had a good week so far.
What are your weekend plans? The weather's crazy, right?
The weather's so crazy. Mind you, I didn't step outside today, but earlier this week, twice, I took a day break, like a walk break during my day.
I'm proud of
Because,
you.
dude, the meetings don't stop.
Yeah.
They don't stop coming. Oh, what does Smash Mouth say? The years start coming and they don't stop coming. That's how I feel about the meetings.
Yeah.
So I've taken some. I like in the 15 minutes that I have, whatever, in between a meeting or whatever, I went with Lola out for like 2 rounds around the block, which is quick. But I feel I like stood like I probably looked like a freak, you guys. I took a walk. This was like probably like just after 2 p.m. So the sun is out and it was sunny like earlier this week. So then was it sunny today? Girl, I didn't even look at the window.
It was cloudy.
And then I swear, like I stood in front of my house, but like where the sun was in the direction, just like standing like this, like taking it in. And
Vitamin D.
dude, and I'm like, my neighbor's looking out the window, being like, "Who the fuck is this bitch right here?"
You're like Kimmy Schmidt, who's coming out of her bunker.
Yes. I'm like, I heard that the sun is supposed to help you feel less sad, so I'm just like soaking it in.
Did it feel good?
Honestly, I did feel like
Human?
a reset. Yeah. I felt like a human getting oxygen outside. I was like, my brain needed this.
Yeah.
But no, I think overall, like, I just felt like a good, like, okay, that was a good break from like being on my fucking desk all day. And then let me tell you, today I've had meetings from 8 to 5 p.m. And I sent a screenshot to my friends, to my group chat, being like, you guys, I was late to a meeting because I had to poop. Like that's how tight my schedule was that I only had like a minute to go to the bathroom.
Did you eat at all today?
I ate at what was it, like 5:30?
That was your only meal?
Yeah, today.
You're
Yeah,
on that girl boss diet?
dude. But anyways, who wants to talk about work, you guys?
Yeah.
You know,
How was your weekend?
how was your hi team, how was your weekend? Okay, I did have a couple of things, but first let's talk about our outfits, because you guys, I realized we didn't give you outfit details last week, so
We're so sorry.
we just skipped that part.
Yeah.
Even though we were looking glam as fuck as always. But today I'm still on a casual vibe. I'm wearing American Eagle. I'm wearing Sydney Sweeney's jeans. They are
In size what? Bazunga? Auga?
and what was I gonna say? Dude, I lost my train of thought with augas.
American Eagle jeans.
American Eagle jeans. They are flare.
You're wearing the Aryan edition. The Aryan edition.
I'm wearing the Aryan edition of the American
Lord.
jeans. It's the ones that she's putting on in the commercial. I'm just wearing like what's that brand? Madewell. It's just like a Madewell tee that I found at Nordstrom Rack.
Nice.
But you guys, my hair was a mess today. I had a good hair day yesterday, but today it was oily because I didn't wash it last night, and I ran out of dry shampoo this morning. So I mean, all day I just rocked it like this because nobody really can tell on a camera. But for sitting here, I'm wearing a cap. I'm wearing a cap that my husband got for me for Christmas a couple years ago, and it says "Una bad girl de los noventas,"
Love it.
and it's the Bad Bunny lyric.
At first, it looks like alien script. I was like, what does that say? But now I see it.
It's in Comic Sans.
And can we see the foot gear?
Yes, I'm wearing slippers. They are Bad Bunny slippers as well. These were a gift from Arlene, like, I would say maybe, 3 years. I throw them in the wash every now and then to make them last. And then I'm wearing white socks that have green paint on them. Can you see, you guys? These are Hanes tube socks.
Like the influencers blocking the back.
And they have green paint on them because these are the socks I wore when we were painting our bedroom, and I just stepped all over the paint and I didn't realize it until way later. But that is my fit for today. I am giving... white girl podcaster. I feel like this is how they dress. Like
Totally.
that call her daddy girl. I feel like this is how she dresses.
Did you see her interview with Hillary Duff?
I started to, but that girl says like so many times that I was like, Hillary.
Yeah, I feel like the white girl like is so different from the Latina like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like the Latina like is easier to digest for me, as opposed to hearing a white girl say it like and
there are certain things.
it's the vocal fry.
The vocal fry.
Yeah.
I mean, we can get into the vocal fry right now, but tell me your outfit first.
Oh, okay. So I'm wearing my Bottega Veneta SpongeBob edition boots.
Slay.
They squeak as well. I'm wearing these Gucci shorts that my husband bought me.
Ooh.
And then this button down is from Everlane, and then I just got this hat going on. Yeah.
We're so casual today.
So casual.
It's like we have errands to run, but it's not like athleisure.
Yeah.
It's still like an outfit.
It's still kind of.
It's still cunt.
Yeah, totally.
Speaking of the vocal fry, I feel like, is Gen Z making that up? Okay, I'm saying Gen Z because I don't think anybody else at work that I would say immediately can tell that's like a millennial or older. They don't do that.
They don't do vocal fry.
They don't.
Well, okay, I would maybe push back because I feel like when I think of vocal fry, I think of the Kardashians, who are millennials.
Oh,
Paris Hilton.
that's a good point.
So I think it's maybe it's not age, it's like regional. And then because it's been so prominently featured in media that now it's become like its own dialect or something at this point.
You know, when they find tapes of us years from now, what are they going to think?
Pendejos.
Pendejos.
Yeah.
Vocal fry. No, I feel like the only time I have a vocal fry is when it's my very first fucking meeting of the day and I'm still waking up and you can clearly tell I haven't uttered a word before joining that meeting. That's when you can tell. And that's what a vocal fry sounds like to me. It sounds like you just woke up.
Yeah. It feels like the words kind of blend in together.
I don't even think I can make a vocal fry.
I think I have a little bit of one, but I think it's blended in with gay voice.
How do you make a vocal fry? Am I making it right now?
Like, hey guys.
Hey guys.
So I'm drinking cold brew right now because I'm trying to lose weight.
Diet trick for you guys.
That's his alter ego.
Her name is Courtney.
I guess relevant to this is that I did watch The Substance.
What did you think?
Okay, first of all,
You're like, yeah.
that movie is a fucking comedy. It is so funny.
Yeah.
Like, just every act, I was like, this is such an outrageous, like, it's a good story, but it's such an outrageous story that you're like, no way. How does this work? And like, the whole, like, your old self and your new self, and like, they're getting mad at each other for what the other one is doing. I'm like, it's so crazy. There's so many levels of like how you are pit against yourself. And in this movie, it's what Demi Moore taking what is called the substance to then have a younger version of herself. But it is like a fucking split. What do you call that in science?
Mitosis?
Sure.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Meiosis?
It's like, I was like, how is this going to happen? And then it's like, comes out of her spine, right? And first of all, it is so gory that it looks painful. I would cringe every time the spine scene would come up because it's like a big gash. She comes out, the younger version, and then it's like sewing.
Yeah.
And then every time she would go and get like this fluid from the spine and like the big ass needle. Oh, all of that, like.
Well, the whole time I was like, girl, you didn't do your research?
Yes.
Like, I'm like, was that in the terms of service?
First of all, if you're getting a product where like it's not even shipped to you, you have to go to a random warehouse where the door doesn't even open. It looks all abandoned. And you're basically like making your way through like these hidden corridors to go get the substance, maybe stop and ask yourself some questions of like, who is funding this?
Well, that part I thought was interesting, how the door wouldn't go all the way, because this is kind of like a very like nerdy thing. But like in Japanese tea ceremonies, they have, whenever you go into a tea ceremony, usually you enter a room and you kind of go through this little door. It's almost like humbling yourself. Because even the emperor, if he was to do a tea ceremony, he does that. So Luke and I like peeped that, and we're like, I wonder if that's part of it. Because as celebrities, you think you're like,
Yeah, that you have,
you know what I mean?
that you must have access to everything.
Yeah, so I wonder if that's like an intentional thing. It's like you're having to like really do this, like, what's the word? Like you're having to like bow down to this thing. So I thought that was interesting.
Oh, see, I didn't clock that part, but it was also like, you have to go get the substance in a random place.
Yeah.
And then as she gets more like debilitating, I guess,
Disfigured.
she still got to walk to go get her own substance. I'm like, damn, they don't even deliver when you feel all old.
Well, the part that Luke and I were laughing at was like how this like her beautiful version or whatever was able to like build this door with a pocket door or whatever.
Dude!
Luke was like, this bitch just did that. She just learned how to do that and tile.
Yeah. First of all, the premise, you guys, for those of you who haven't seen the substance, it's literally like this. You inject yourself with a liquid that then creates a younger version of you. So there's two of you, and there could only exist, I guess, like in the mindset or be alive, alternating. So 1 week you're the young version, 1 week you're the older version, while the other one is like kept sustained in like a little basement or like a little closet room. But yeah, that's true, because the young girl had 7 days, and in 7 days she built a secret
Like room in the bathroom.
But they live in apartments, so how does she have that real estate there? Like, because it's behind a wall.
Yeah.
And she's like knocking and knocking, and she finds like a hueco, and she's like, okay, but it's a big ass storage room. So I'm like, this is an apartment building.
Yeah.
What architect is not accounting for such a big space?
Well, what I thought was weird is that I initially thought that maybe they shared the same memories, but they don't. So like when she's younger, whatever happens, and then whatever they switch, like Demi Moore doesn't seem to be aware about
because they're so surprised by what the other one is doing.
Yeah. So I feel like if you had that memory, you would be able to like better traverse the situation. But since it's literally, and they keep saying you are one, but like they literally were just so separate. But I guess that just goes to show like, because the whole time I'm like, bitch, you should stop. After she got her witch finger, the fucking witch finger was so gross. I'm like, but she was just like, I'm beautiful now. But it's so weird to me because I'm like, but that's not you. You're not present in that moment.
Yeah.
So, but I guess maybe she kind of felt it because they are one. I don't know.
And then the whatever, like the, what do you call it? The divide that is put between them is all based on beauty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she just gets like, she starts resenting the younger version of herself, because she's much younger and she's beautiful. She's the one that's getting all the success. And then like, what really bummed me out is when that guy that she went to high school with sees Demi Moore like as she is as an adult, as a grown woman. I would say, what is she, in her 50s?
She's in her 60s now.
And she sees somebody that she went to high school with, and like he's like, you're the most beautiful, you've always been the most beautiful like woman in the world, like, and then he's like, call me, like, he feels like very like, I'm just gonna throw it out there, he's not even gonna believe it, that when she calls him, he's like in shock, like twice. He's like, she's like, are you there? He's like, I'm still in shock. And then they make plans for a date, and she's so insecure and keeps looking at the body, like the young body, and like it just, she gets even more upset. Like she ruins her makeup, she ruins her outfit, she just doesn't go, she ruins her own evening, and that bummed me out.
Well, and I was gonna bring that up too, because I mean, it hasn't been that extreme, but sometimes, yeah, like if you're getting ready, you look in the mirror and you're like in your own mind, you're like, this isn't working. And keep trying to fix it.
Yes.
And then you just end up getting more frustrated and more frustrated. And then by the time you leave the house, you're just kind of like, you don't even feel confident anymore. I will say I haven't had days like that in a very, very long time, but that I think is very relatable to a lot of people.
I think most recently for me is like the way that I fell asleep with my hair, like in the morning, my bangs just were not banging. Like they were not cooperating. I was getting pissed off. And I was trying to like poof them down, and they were like something like that, you guys. It was bad.
I'm trying to get it to go like whoop, but it's going like whoop.
Like I wanted to go whoop, but it's going whoop. And then whatever. I'm upset. I log on my laptop, and I successfully avoid all meetings except for this one meeting I randomly forgot. It was like a one-on-one, and I get on it and I see my hair immediately. I want to die. Like, and now I'm like, I can't go off camera. So like, I'm literally just the whole time I'm like looking at myself, putting my hair down, putting my head, and it just like ruined my own day.
Yeah.
But anyways, that movie
it's good.
Hilarious.
The part where, what is it? Her head gets cut off or something gets cut off and a boob falls out. Girl. And then
when she like gets all dolled up in that blue dress, walks all the way to the studio, wobbles all the way to the studio, goes front and center on stage. And it's like, I'm so happy to be here. I am cracking up because
monster.
Yeah. And then everybody's like, monster, the monster. And I was like, I feel like I've never heard that word said so many times. Like,
it was campy.
It was so campy that people were like, she's a monster. And then they're all like running and screaming. And she's like, no, you guys. And I was like, this is peak comedy. This is such a good movie.
And then it was like a kind of beautiful ending that she turned into goo on her star. But the character that disgusted me the most, aside from the monster, was
Dennis Quaid. Knew it.
He played such a good piece of shit. But I did like the imagery of him being like really disgusting, and him having the nerve to call like Demi Moore's character like old and whatever. And he's like old, like probably the same age as her.
In any movie, when they do those close-up shots of somebody just like eating and being like so gross, those really get to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
I don't like you.
Immediately I'm like, I don't like you. And yeah. And also like, I don't know if Dennis Quaid looks like that in real life. Cause it like, I guess he looks like he's, doing the plastic surgery and all that stuff. And also how little attention they pay to like women in general, because as a young girl, like when her ear falls off and like her tooth falls off and they're like talking to her and she's just like, like like they didn't register that she's like going through something.
Well, there's a lot of like cross dressers and trans women who'll say like and we've talked about this, men will fuck anything. If you just have like the few markers of femininity, like that's enough to be passable. You know what I mean? So I think that kind of speaks to it, as like, because they're not looking at your eyes, they're looking at your tits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's true.
So yeah, that was an interesting thing too. I mean, it's a good movie, and I can see why there was a lot of buzz around it. I mean, props to Demi Moore because she looks good for being in her 60s and she was showing her titties and stuff like that.
I was wondering, for both her and ¿cómo se llama? Margaret Qualley?
Margaret Qualley.
Did they have body doubles for their nude scenes?
I don't think so, because I think you could see Demi Moore's face when she was showing her body, right?
I don't think they were body doubles. Why do you think that?
Because I feel like that's a thing in Hollywood, and they just like put faces on other bodies.
Not all actors, I think, want to go nude. Yeah.
I think part of it, and this is just my opinion, but part of the art of it was that there was their real bodies, and that you see Demi Moore and you as the audience is like, wow, she looks really good,
because she did look really good.
What could she possibly be thinking? But then you get Dennis Quaid, you get everybody else, you get Hollywood. So
that's a really good observation.
Yeah.
I will say, you guys, I was high during this movie, which that's why I was like, this movie is so
You're
fucking
like, what?
funny. It was so funny, and then also like that's when the spine scenes would really get to me because I was like, ah!
I mean, it does go to show like some people will go to incredible lengths for beauty. Me with my lips.
Me showing up next episode with my fake titties.
You guys, they've been here the whole
Guys,
time.
I'm gonna be like Kylie Jenner when she was like, I'm just on my period, you guys. And we're like, okay, girl, you went up 2 cup sizes. Sure.
She's like, I just went through puberty. What do you mean?
She's like, they go big when I'm on my period and they go back down. And we're like, no,
2
they
sizes.
don't. No, they don't.
She went from auga to homunculus. Not homunculus. Sorry, no, that's not a good word. I think that's a racist term. Please bleep that out.
And then, okay, something else that I did see is I watched Z-Way's interview of New York.
Okay, I saw clips. I haven't seen it. Is it
Dude,
good?
she's so, I mean, honestly, she's still so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But one thing that I was like, this is how much, like, as like, I guess, culturally, like, we've evolved and all that stuff. And like, even when you think back at like who New York was in like 2007 when Flavor Flav was out, and like when she first, was on reality TV. She's also changed so much herself, but she's still like so fucking funny. One of the things that like really took me by surprise is that she says she's non-binary.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did she ever talk about sexuality? Because she also kind of gives me asexual vibes. Like, I don't necessarily see her as like a sexual person.
She actually does talk about that, because she talks about how like the first time she saw a penis, she didn't know. She said that she didn't know what nuts were. Like, she says, I didn't know what nuts were. So like, to her, she says that when the first time she saw a penis, and then she saw like the ball sack at the bottom, she thought that was another penis.
Interesting.
And it scared her. She was like, and it scared me. So I just never wanted to go near it. And that was just like her own journey, I guess, with like identifying what she likes, what she does, what she doesn't like what she experiences and whatnot. But it was interesting just for her to see her, one, still call herself the HBIC, the head bitch in charge, but then say that she's not, like, non-binary.
That's so interesting, because she presents very like feminine. Because I think all of us think of non-binary people as like, what is it? What conservatives think, like the purple hair, the armpit hair, that kind of tattooed look.
Yeah.
But I mean, sometimes our exteriors don't match how we feel on the inside.
Amen. Amen. For sure.
Yeah.
And it was just like a really good interview.
Yeah.
Like, she's so funny. She just like, there's this part where she's trying to say the word cosmopolitan, the drink. She just kept saying like cosmopolitan, cosmotaliban. Like, she says like all these like, and like, it's always funny to see like people match like Z-Ways,
Yeah.
that actually challenge her or meet her where she is, that it kind of like throws her off her game.
Yeah.
That's what Tiffany, it's Pollard. I thought it was Pollard, you guys. It's
Pollard.
Tiffany
You know which one was hard to watch was the Kevin Hart one.
I haven't seen that one.
Don't
but
watch it. It's
she
really
makes fun of his height, right? Does
amongst
he get
other
mad?
things too, and like, clocking his privilege and like his wealth and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And his whole thing was like, I didn't know this was gonna be like this. I'm like, really? You don't know? So he just fumbles it.
Oh.
It's not very funny. It's just she wipes the floor with him. Yeah.
Interesting. No, I'll definitely check it out. But like, I did watch the New York one because, one, she's iconic.
Yeah.
And I think one of the questions was like, do you make money off of like all the memes and the gifts or whatever that? And she's like, no. She's like, pay me.
How does she make money? Does she talk about that?
No. I don't think so. No, she didn't.
I mean, she must do like appearances and
Yeah, I think it is. I think she says the word cameo. I think she does cameos too.
okay. Does she talk about her mom? Because her mom was crazy.
No.
Her mom was crazy.
No.
She was like a demon. Her mom was a demon, which I'm like, that explains
And just the
Tiffany.
way they would edit her to just seem like even more. But honestly, you guys, if we think about it, she
Are we all
was
demons?
she was what, 20 something,
Yeah.
going to a reality show, professing, claiming, honestly, I don't know how much, how much truth there is because it is reality TV, but like her talking about how like she was in love with Flavor Flav and wanting to be with him and wanting to marry him, and like everything was so over the top with that show, and especially with Flavor Flav, like he was a character. If I was her mom, I'd be mad at her too. I'd be like, get on the bus, we're going back home.
Yeah.
For her to be like, I'm gonna marry this guy and like
That's
I
true.
love him, and I can see how as a mom you're like, I don't want you to marry this 50-year-old rapper.
Oh yeah, he was old.
Because he was older.
Yeah.
And I mean, all the girls were young. And so I get it. I get her
Yeah.
mom's energy of like, no, you're crazy. Like, let's leave.
I remember at one of the reunions, she was insinuating that Flavor Flav had a small dick, and she was doing this, that it was this big. Maybe I'll put in a clip.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
But she's just like as iconic as she was before.
Yeah.
And one of the quotes that she says is what you and I would say at Tasty would be like, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Not you, you can choke.
Just like she's, what do you call it? Like her references, her persona is just like everlasting. Like she's still so relevant today.
Does she talk about any work that she's had done? Because I think she had her titties done. Because she wasn't like a big chested girl.
Right. No, she didn't talk about it, but I know that she's visually, I could tell that she's had her titties done. And also she had a nose job.
And maybe some sort of lift.
Yeah.
A stretching of sorts.
I just want to quickly point out that so that we can keep an eye out on ourselves, Ricardo put a monitor in front of us, and now I can't stop looking at myself.
You're like, I can't stop looking at myself. I look very pale in the monitor. I look like I'm blending into the shirt. Hi, mamas.
And now this is literally, it's like that meme where it's like you're in an important meeting, but you can't stop staring at yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like that.
Or when you get your hair done, you're just like, that's too much time looking at yourself.
I am so mesmerized.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
be like, is this angle good for when I say hi team? Welcome to my channel.
Any movies you recommend right now, Ricky? I'm looking for new things to watch.
It's not new, but have you seen All of Us Strangers?
No.
You might not like it because it's a gay movie, and I don't think you like gay movies. You don't like movies.
I don't like
Because you're
stereotypical just
homophobic.
too hot white guy movies. That's what I don't like. But All of Us Strangers, what is
You're
that?
gonna hate it then.
It is two white guys. Are they white?
They're English and Irish. Yeah, they're white.
Yeah. But it is,
It's Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal.
it's sad.
Well, okay. See, that's different. I'm more thinking like stereotypical, like we're two jocks and like, like we're in the same team and like we fell in love together.
What was that movie that
I guess, like,
was
Hate
a
a
gay
Rivalry.
movie, but it didn't do well, and then the guy was really mad? Billy Eichner.
Oh, Bros.
Bros.
I loved Bros.
Did you ever watch that movie?
Mm-mm. It didn't do well. I thought it did well. No.
No, it didn't do well, and he was so mad. He blamed it on straight people. He said, "Straight people, this is your fault for not showing up for us."
But I think
I
it's
showed
just
up.
that. Okay, we get it. You're an ally.
Billy Eichner. If you're listening to this,
I showed up. I showed up for you.
So Billy Eichner had like a demanda for all
It's
straight
just,
people.
Yeah. When like me speaking from no experience and no acting background whatsoever, when you can just tell that an actor's just being a version of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ryan Reynolds in every fucking movie is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Billy Eichner.
Okay. So there was not a lot of range.
I don't think so.
Well, and then I believe it's the first movie where every single actor was queer, correct? I believe that was one of the
Was
big marketing things. Not marketing, but
Which
one of
is the
big
one
draws.
where Sterling K. Brown plays a gay man.
Was that American Fiction?
Because that was... I think Sterling K. Brown has good range.
We're talking about movies from like 2023. Like we haven't been out in 3 years.
We haven't been to the movies since 2023.
Yeah, sorry. When I say new, I mean like new to me. Not like recent.
So American Fiction, you're thinking of American Fiction. Jeffrey Wright.
Oh, it's the one where he's
He's like a professor.
yeah.
Wants to write books, but his publisher's like, why don't you write more urban books?
Yeah, he's like, do the black perspective. And he's like, I am black. This is my perspective. It's just like he just didn't live a life where he's like a gangster, whatever, like that type. And then he writes something like that and it takes off and people are like, that's you and your experiences. And he just has to like create this persona, like go off of this persona, which is so not him.
And he's gay in the movie.
No, Sterling K. Brown is his brother and is gay.
Oh, okay, I see.
But I just thought of that because I think that's good range right there. But because I thought that he was gay, and Sterling K. Brown is not gay; he's married. He's also on the show Paradise. Have you seen it?
No, okay, I've seen clips about it, and it looks very interesting, but also looks very stressful.
I'm into it.
Okay.
Season 2 is out, and I think I saw like the first. I think only 3 episodes are out of the second season, so I watched it. It's a Hulu show, and I'm into that one too.
Yeah. I've definitely seen like a resurge or like a big push for like these dystopian movies where like billionaires are in charge and like where money really kind of dictates like who survives and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
So which my question is, if there was a bunker.
Okay, I've actually been wanting to talk about the apocalypse with you.
What kind of bunker do you think you could have?
Well, it's gonna have to have like a lot of shit.
All my makeup, you guys. I am not going into the post-apocalyptic world without primer. Are you kidding me?
AC for sure. I'd love a swimming pool.
That's not a bunker.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I'm gonna live in like a Kimmy Schmidt situation, no, I'd rather die. I'd rather die. And then if it looks ugly, no, hombre.
Just kill me now.
It has to be like beautiful architecture. Like
you want Architectural Digest to come to your bunker?
I just want my current life like just in a bunker, which that's not the point. I know that. But I've heard a lot of people saying like, yeah, these billionaires who are getting bunkers, like if there's like a nuclear holocaust, like first of all, what's going to power the bunker? You're going to run out of food. At that point, like death is probably better than trying to survive a nuclear apocalypse.
Yes. And then like I wear glasses.
You're like, I can't hunt.
I can't hunt. I don't even know where sandwiches live. Like
You're like, are chicken tenders in the sea?
Where are the chicken tenders? Where are the chicken nuggets? I won't be able to hunt that, you guys. And when my contacts dry out and I can't see, I'm literally just dead weight.
Okay. Has your mom ever had to like kill a chicken?
I don't think so.
I think my grandma probably has.
I haven't.
Like
although I haven't asked.
You should ask because I'm sure she's either seen it or have to have done it. Because I don't think that it was that long ago that our ancestors were doing that shit. And now here we are, like you go to H-E-B and you get the chicken and the beef.
Like when I went to San Luis Potosí in 2016 and my tío was making fun of me because he was saying, aquí no hay chicken nuggets. And I was like, that's okay. That's not what I want. Mostly because I said I didn't want to eat queso frijoles 3 days in a row.
What kind of queso? Fresco?
Queso fresco. But,
like
and I mean, it's good. It's just like my body could not handle cheese and beans another day.
The fiber, yeah.
Yeah.
So how agrarian was your family there? Like, did they have to like kill their...
They did have... I think they did have chickens. I don't know, like...
Like you never saw any.
I never saw anything, you guys.
They just presented me
But
with
it
food.
was such a small village as well that we would get like the huevos from like the three houses over. So they were the ones who were probably like had the biggest coop or whatever, and then would have like you would go on a specific day, be like, vaya, porque ya tiene huevos, and I guess that's when people would go and like buy. And then it would be like the other house is the one that would make the tortillas. So you would go.
So there
buy
was
the
no like
tortillas.
mercados or anything like
No,
that.
no, it's
It's like a community.
yeah. There's no law enforcement either. It is like that small.
That's scary.
Where you have to like go into the city, which the city that was closest to that had like the courthouse and all that stuff. It was called Guadalcázar. So, but it still was like about a drive a ways there.
When you went, were they like, don't tell anyone you're American?
No, because it's easier for me to blend in as brown, as Mexican. So, no. But I do remember we drove during the day because it is an 8-hour drive. We went from like 6 in the morning to like earlier in the days just so that the evening didn't catch up to us because it apparently gets dangerous. Like once you start going, like once it starts getting darker. But yeah.
What would be in your bunker?
In my bunker, I want to have chingos of Dr. Peppers. I want to have wipes for my butt. Tampons.
Toilet paper, yeah.
Toilet paper. And fans, because I cannot sleep without a fan. And Lola. My puppies.
That's it?
And hot Cheetos. And ramens. What would it take for you? Okay, I've thought about like cults and stuff, and I feel like sometimes this is how like I recognize my privilege and where I am, but sometimes when I just have a hard day at work, I'm like, this wouldn't happen if I was in a cult.
Yeah, it's all
If I was
figured
in a
out.
cult, it'd all be figured out. We'd all obviously die at the same time. But I'm probably being fed like 3 times a day. I probably have like a daily task that's like go outside and wash clothes.
So you want to live in a collective. Kind of like that little ranchito.
In a
ranchito
co-op?
you
Is
went-
that what you call it? A co-op?
Or like how you went to Mexico where everyone kind of
Everybody had a
role in the community.
a role in the community.
I mean, sometimes I'm like, I'd love community. And then sometimes I'm like, no, I want to be like the hag in her cottage, you know, who lives like on her own.
And I'm just like, okay, aside the bad rap and actually the bad things that cults do, something about a community and not having to work and just having like one person make decisions for you.
You know, this is how it starts. Somebody's like, you know what? I can do it better. Linda's going to start a cult.
Where,
the
no,
barrio
girl,
bitches.
I don't want to make the decisions. I want somebody else to make the decisions and just be me being like, okay,
You're like, noon, it's time for crafts or
it's
whatever.
time for crafts. Or it's like, at 2 p.m., father wants us in the...
Father? Oh my God.
What do you call it? In the gazebo for afternoon session. And then we just go and we sit and we... Just to hear a man talk about bullshit. I'm getting a vacation out of it. Because I'll leave.
And you're like, I'm not doing any sex stuff. Just letting you know.
That's where I draw the line.
Like, you need to leave.
But something about like, in the afternoon, we're going to go harvest our crops. And then I sound so fucked up right now. Like,
Well, I mean, I know what you mean because I think they start because there's people who join cults who are like, a lot of them are successful. They're like, I owned a business or I did
that's how they
this.
get you.
And I was just burnt out. And then I just wanted something new to experience, something where I felt freedom. And
It's people who are burnt out in their day-to-days that they're like,
They
yeah,
want
I'll give
something
you,
different.
yeah, I'll give up about $10,000 to go. I'll donate $10,000 to go live in a bunker.
like some sort, like a summer camp.
And then it's like, sure, we pray 8 times a day, but I don't do anything other than that.
You just have your fingers crossed. You're like,
Yes,
doesn't count.
because I don't mean it, and I'm gonna leave you guys, but I'll treat it as a vacation.
Yeah. It sounds like you just need to go on vacation. When was the last time you went on a vacation that was just like you do nothing and relax? Because I don't think I don't think you've told me you don't believe in relaxing.
No, the last time was when she got COVID in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, we went to Puerto Rico and I loved it till I got COVID and I was like bedridden for like
How was that for you, Ricky?
4 days.
Well, we didn't sleep together on our honeymoon. We didn't even sleep in the same bed.
Yeah.
So
Because once we got into we stayed at like a bougie Vanderbilt hotel. Right? Is it Vanderbilt? Mm-hmm. And then that one was nice. It was all like, we would be like at the infinity pool and it was chill. That was vacation. But then we moved hotels because closer to be where the Bad Bunny concert was going to be in Puerto Rico. And that one, they gave us 2 beds, which was, we didn't ask for it, but then I got sick that we ended up needing 2 beds because I was just on one bed, like coughing. And I think I coughed so much, I like threw up salmon. And I don't think I've had salmon since then.
That'll happen. But you like a vacation where you do nothing, and I think Ricky's more like,
no,
let's go do things.
He's got he builds itineraries before. He's like, these are the places I want to go to. These are the foods I want to try. These are the things I want to for sure catch or whatever. And
you're like, I want a mimosa.
Dude, I want to watch TV in the hotel room. And he's like, well, that's not what we came for.
You can do that at home.
And then especially like when we were in London, I'm like, okay, this is somewhere. I'm like, I've been here before. I don't need to see. But part of me was also like, hey, if you wake up early and you want to go do side quests on your own, go walk around. By all means, do that and then report to me how much fun you've had. And then we'll do the rest of the things because I need breaks as well. Like I need naps.
Do you love like going to a spa? I love going to a spa.
I've never been to a spa.
What?
I have a gift certificate, but I've never used it.
Go use it. You work too much. You really do. You need to do less.
You've been in Milk and Honey, but I guess that was just for what?
It was like a facial.
Facial, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did. But I feel like I had higher expectations for it.
Which one did you go to?
The one off of
One downtown?
Mopac? Is it Mopac or 290?
290.
290.
Oh, okay. So
near like the at home.
I used to work there. Go to the one downtown. That one's nicer.
Yeah.
They have like nice locker rooms. They have like showers. They have a nice waiting room. One time in the waiting room, because it's like co-ed, a guy was in his robe and I guess wasn't wearing underwear and was just man spreading and like you could see his balls. And so they had to have like somebody go tell him to like basically like close his legs.
Sir.
Everyone can see your balls.
Everyone can see your balls.
Yeah. But no, I recommend going to the one downtown. But yeah, I like doing some relaxing things, not just like go. I think it's a good balance to do both.
Yeah.
So whenever you go for your concert, you should try to relax.
I think I just want to take also just some time off to do nothing around the house. I don't have to go anywhere because I have the best time just sitting on my couch watching TV.
Well, you should take like because I think your company was like you need to take more days off, right?
Yeah.
You're like they say that and then they want me to work.
That's how companies get you.
Oh, I'm off socials again. Is that
What
riveting conversation?
What happened?
Just needed
What happened?
Just needed some mental. There's just a lot going on in the world right now. I don't need to hear about it. You know what I mean?
You know how like you engage with one thing,
Yes.
even if it's like whether it's on purpose or by accident, and then all of your algorithm like evolves to that. Mine is about how I have high cortisol apparently. It's like you feel like this and you look like this, and because it's your cortisol and it's your stress levels and blah 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 blah. And then now they're making these like AI videos that like it's like your belly talking to you, and it's like, don't overfeed me. That's why I get like how I am, and then take care of me. But it's an AI video, and it's like a belly with a face, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And that's what my algorithm is right now.
The ads out there are crazy. I've seen some like, well, also I keep seeing a lot of people doing like personal ads where it's like a hot guy, like just, I don't know, just trying to like get more followers, just advertisements of that. Or another one too is like some of these gay ads are getting very risque, like guys in like barely their underwear, which I'm like, when I was doing ads, you could barely even say, hey, do you need plumbing help? But now all of a sudden you can have your like asshole practically out. Or ads that are like, are you a fat piece of shit? Like, it's crazy.
They're getting way, way more specific, and I don't like it.
Yeah. They're
That's
like, are you a barrio bitch named Linda?
Yeah, like, do you hate
Work in
yourself?
Do you work in marketing?
Yeah. Like,
have a dog named Lola?
Are you sitting all day? And it's like, yeah. And then it's like, here are the 10 reasons why you're gonna die early. And then like all the fucking shit, and I'm just like,
I mean, I do feel bad for younger kids because like at least us, we can be like, oh, we know that this is like, this doesn't define us. It may make us feel insecure for a second, but if you're a 13-year-old watching that, you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
you're going to take
yeah,
that to heart.
Yeah. It's one time
In band camp.
at band camp. No, I will say, and this is going to be like this is going to be a revelatory for my brothers who are listening, is that one of them, when I was little, either re-record or they're recorded over a cassette of mine that was obviously, well, that I thought was like one of my movies, like a Barney movie or something like that. And it was porn. And I put it on the VCR. Lo and behold, the first time I see porn.
How old were you?
Dude, it was a Barney tape, so I was less than 10 years old, for sure. And I see it, and immediately I'm like, what is this? And then it stayed on the VCR because I panicked. And then the next thing I know, one of my brothers realized what was on there, looks at me, and I play dumb, like, I don't know who did that. And then I like look away.
Did he threaten you?
No, I don't think I got in trouble because I'm pretty sure that it was because what I had, we didn't have cable. So what I had was videotapes, like VHS tapes of movies that my parents would buy me. And even then they were like the dupes. I had like the dupe Pocahontas, the dupe Cinderella, like not even the real Disney movies. But I did have Barney videotapes, like of like the Barney on in concert or whatever the fuck. I am pretty sure that it was recorded over one of those tapes because that's what I would always play is those tapes. And then I put one of those on and there's porn on it, and I was shooketh.
So you said you thought you were how old?
I was less than 10 years old, for sure.
Yeah, I don't even know how like a young kid would process that. I guess first your thought is these people are naked, and then you don't even know what they're doing.
What is happening? Like,
why is he hurting her?
What naked? And then what is happening? And then I remember I looked at it, I panicked, I turned it off, and then I was like, what was that? So I went and I looked at it again, and I panicked. So I did it like 3 times. I went and I watched it. Like I would put play and be like, what am I watching? And it's something that my brain should not have been exposed to. But I blame that on my brothers. And then another time is I went to my brother's. This is my oldest brother. At this time, he lived across, I think, like in Noveredo. I went to their house, and this was maybe one of the first times that I had seen them in a while, because I think they had lived out of state, and then they moved back to Texas, or like moved back south, and then were living in Nuevo Laredo. And they had this like desk, and like they had like a computer, and just like random papers on the desk. And I'm just hanging out at their house, and this is also what I get for being nosy. Like the papers are there, I'm looking at the papers. And one of the papers was like page what? So 8 by 11 picture, like a regular sheet of paper. image is printed. It takes up the whole paper, and it's of like a woman sucking dick.
Printing out porn.
Yes.
Printing out porn. Girl, this is.
And then I was like taken aback because I was like, this is printed out porn.
How old were you?
At this point, I was maybe like 12.
Okay.
And I look at it and I'm like, and I flip the paper down back on the desk and I like step away and I'm like, this is what you get. This is what you get for like not minding your own business. And I never said anything. And for me, I always wondered why my brother would have had that if he was clearly like, if he was living in I mean, it was his house, but it was like, it was their house, him and his wife at the time or whatever. For me, I was like, why would he have that?
Well, that's a whole other conversation we can have.
That's a thread I don't need to unravel today. But yeah, I think like when people talk about it, not like that it happens all the time, but in the moments that like we've talked about the first time that people have seen porn, my mind goes to like, I saw porn for the first time on accident because my brothers left the VHS tape near my VHS tapes or on like recorded over my VHS tape, something like that. And
was the porn in black and white?
no,
It was
Grandma.
colored ink.
it was not high def, that's for sure.
Standard definition.
I don't even know what it was. Like
40.
I could not tell you what scene it was now, but I just remember seeing like
It was like a
naked.
silent scene with just like the music playing in the background. And every time there's like a screen of text.
like Charlie Chaplin style.
I'm calling you old in case.
No, I know.
Were you more shocked that he had a wife and was watching porn?
Yes.
Do we want to talk about that? Or no?
Well, I mean, I don't know what that means.
Do you not like that?
No, I think for me, I was like, I thought that porn was what like,
You did when you didn't have somebody.
yeah.
No, men are pigs. What I'm more interested in is like heterosexual couples because I know there are some women who have a problem with it, but I'm wondering if that they have a problem with it because they were taught of sexuality in a different way.
Well, I think for me is that in general, like talking about sexuality was not a thing in my household.
Me
So
neither.
like there was no talk of like safe sex. There was no talk about even abstinence. There was no talk of that. So like it was taboo in the sense that it was just never mentioned. So
Yeah.
like not knowing what things were and what to do it's not a very good place to start, you guys. And then that's why when I was in college at UT, I became a healthy sexuality peer educator, which meant that I was taking human sexuality courses to learn for myself. But then I joined the program where we would essentially go to dorm rooms and talk to people about how to have safe sex and how to put on condoms and all that stuff, and like answer common questions about like sex and STIs and STDs and all that stuff. Because I was like, I don't know anything, so I need to learn something. And I did it by like taking these courses and then like learning the material to then talk about it. And like this would be like an RA would book us, would make an appointment with us. We would show up. They would have like an RA session in the little lounge room. So it's just be like, I don't know, 10 girls or less. We would just talk about like safe sex and like just giving more like ownership on like women to be like, hey, like you should, if you want to have safe sex, like that is like your responsibility. Is like you should also have condoms and like you should also have this, like because don't rely on a guy to have one because they're almost always never going to have one. And then we'd be like, if a guy tells you that he's too big for a condom, do not believe him because look at this. And we would put the condom right through our elbows. Like a condom fits all the way up to my elbow, you guys.
Yeah.
So they would be like, don't ever let a man tell you that it doesn't fit. that's not true.
Yeah.
So I feel like a big reason why I did that is because I didn't know anything, and it was so like, ooh, like you can't talk about it, and it led to like us having misinformation or
Yeah.
like not understanding how things worked. So I think that's
or you're
why.
almost letting the guys tell you how it works.
Yes, yeah.
Because I can tell you, like, when I was like not out, like the things guys say, the locker room talk is like so crazy. The things they say to each other,
What
and
do
you
guys
learn
say to
from each other that like, oh yeah, like, you know, like stupid shit, like, yeah, if you like do this, like you can make them squirt or whatever. It's just like you don't even know what you're talking about. You're like 15. You think you can make a girl squirt? Like, what the fuck are you
they
talking about?
wish? Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, to make a funny point, like when you were doing the diorama of the male genitalia, we were like, the balls are not a second dick, you guys.
They're not, you guys, they're not. Somebody that I knew asked me once I started though, because again, once I started doing that program, it really was just like surface level information, you guys. I had some basic statistics to throw at you about contraception and like what was it, like the top players in STDs, the gonorrhea, chlamydia, and all that stuff. So the questions that I would get, like I couldn't always answer because I was like, well, I don't know, like I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
But the silliest question I ever got is from somebody that I did know in high school, and then in college, who asked if there was a chance she could get pregnant by through fingering.
Was she from like the rancho or what? Kind of.
I mean, based
I mean,
on
you
that
don't know what
question.
you don't know, right?
Right, but her question was like, is there any chance that sperm could come out of a finger?
Yes, it can.
Let me ask the audience.
He's like,
So like,
What if
okay,
you're doing stuff beforehand, sperm gets on your fingers, and then you finger someone?
I just don't think it can
that's
live
not the
on.
same thing as sperm coming out of your fingers.
Like she thought there was like a duct of semen, like Spider-Man. I mean, well, for you growing up, where was your mom ever like, don't get pregnant?
No,
Not even that?
no, not even that. So like, that's why I say like there wasn't really a conversation. So like even when I saw porn, I had no idea what I was looking at. When I saw porn in my brother's house, I was like, why would he have this? I didn't like there. It was such fragmented pieces of information for me that I was like, how do these all? What's the place of porn in the world that I just didn't know? And like I guess to now as an adult, like if my partner, whatever, my husband, whatever, like watches porn, I'm not upset by that.
Yeah.
I do think in general there's probably like ethical versus not ethical porn. Maybe, I don't know. Like I do remember there being a site because I think we talked about this before, like how they're blocked. There was a site that was like women-centered porn, which was also kind of a sex, like you could also buy sex toys off of that site. But it also had like a content library where it was like the videos had plots. Or it's like you would see a couple like have sex. And that would be like the healthy version. You're not seeing the, I don't know, the random scenario of a porn, which is what were you talking about last time? The
dryer, stuck in the dryer
the
trend.
stuck in the dryer trope. And so it's not like that. Like the videos that were, oh God, what was this website called?
Linda said no, just for the record.
I'm like, it's hot in there. No way.
You're like, I don't do laundry.
God, I can't remember the name of the site. Maybe it's like Bella something, but it is women. It is like part of the site was
It like taught you how to do things.
an online store. Yeah, and then I think the other part was like article, like blog posts on like how to like
Bellesa?
yeah, I think so. How to like enjoy solo sex and all that stuff. And then the content library on videos was videos about like, it was, I guess, technically porn, but it was you seeing like, it was like meet, like it's this couple and it's like more rooted in like foreplay where like they're actually talking and they're like turning each other on and then they act and then they have sex. And it's all very sensual. And it's all very like,
Yeah.
what is it with a female gaze type of shit. And I do remember that side, but
Yeah. Whereas like male porn, like the porn stars are like,
exactly. Exactly.
and then the female porn is like, I love you.
Yeah. They're like, you're the most beautiful woman in the world. And like, I love you. And then like, they're like being a couple and you see them being like cutesy, that like all the stuff that it naturally leads, like, I guess a couple having sex versus like the porn movie where it's like,
Fuck me. Yeah.
fuck me.
Yeah.
Stepmom is in the kitchen.
My
Let's
step aunt.
do it now. Like, it's like those types of scenarios.
My step cousin. Fucking my step cousin. I mean, yeah, it's so interesting to see the differences in male and female porn. I mean, gay porn it can run the gamut as well. There's some intense shit. There's some stuff that's like more mild.
I think across all categories, as they call them, or all scenarios, there it goes from like tame to like fucking hardcore. And now with AI,
Your AI dream boy.
you can make your own fuck thing or whatever.
Well, I was telling Luke, like, I mean, back in our day, you had to download and print porn in
the
some
good old
cases.
days.
But yeah, like, especially for gay kids, they can access like porn like super easily now. And I do worry sometimes that they get like an impression of what sex is based off of porn, or they think that like every guy is going to be like 9 inches, or that's what they should be looking for. When, I mean, I'm sure you've seen those TikToks where the girls are like, this is 9 inches. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I can't fit that in me. Because I do feel like it was harder for us to like find porn. So like, and the porn back then, I feel like, I don't know, it was different than it is now.
Also, like the porn, and I'm saying porn with air quotes, you guys, because it was like a celebrity dick pic. Somebody that I like, a friend I had, like, I don't know if you remember that when like Pete Wentz, like his dick pic, what was it, like leaked or whatever? She downloaded the picture like off the internet. Oh my God, I sound like such a boomer saying this. She hid it in a folder within a folder within a folder, like on her computer. And then like one time I was at her house and she's like, I have the picture. Do you want to see? And it's just like her clicking folders and folders and folders and folders to see this one picture. And we were like, and even then it's like a fucking grainy ass picture from like the early 2000s.
It's just all bush.
Yeah. And you're like, wow, a dick. Like, yeah. But you know, to go back on the topic of like, did my mom ever talk to me about like sex and stuff? No. But I had, my joke or whatever is that my understanding of the consequences of having sex, which is kids, is the fact that my brother had like 8 kids. And I was like, that
ain't gonna be me.
That's no thanks.
So you were very like aware of like, I ain't having kids right now.
Yeah, because also like I think when he had his first, like when they had their first kid, I was 8 years old. And I was like, slowly after that is like when they had a couple, because they're pretty sequential, I think, like in terms of ages. So by the time that they had like 3 or 4, I was in prime age to babysit. So me being exposed to that and like literally rounding up the kids and like helping take care of them and like seeing what it took to like round up 4 crazy kids, or just like 4 toddlers are just like running around and playing around. That was enough for me to be like, oh, this is a consequence of sex.
No, thank you.
No thanks. And I think that kept me like
on the straight and
narrow for a while, where I'd be like, no, because if I like, that's what it's like to have kids, and like my brother, like they were young, like it's also like, no, they probably have a lot going on, and for me that was a learning lesson.
Yeah, and like I feel like growing up it was very like shameful. Like she got pregnant at like 16 or 17. And I don't think it should be shameful, but I think it should be more like empathetic. Like that's going to be very difficult for that person.
It's also because like we're not having formal and comprehensive conversations with like teenagers, because okay, had I not made that connection in my head that like sex equals kids and kids are a lot of work, who was going to talk to me? Well, I mean, no one talked to me about like sex and like
Or even
birth control, being healthy, like having a healthy sexuality, or the repercussions of sex beyond kids, which is like your body, your health.
Yeah.
No, and like in our communities, if like no one talks about that, what are kids gonna do? They're gonna go have sex, and they're gonna get pregnant.
I mean, even for me, and like my parents never talked to me about like being safe in terms of like HIV. They didn't. It was the same thing. They didn't talk to us about that.
Yeah.
They didn't talk to us about sex at all. I remember in middle school, they talked to us about like puberty and stuff like that. And I told my mom, and my mom was like, okay. I was like, but you can talk to the teacher if you want about like what we talked about. And she did end up going to talk to the teacher. But after that, nothing was discussed after that.
Like, was she upset that you?
No, I think she was just kind of like, oh, okay. Thank you for telling me. Like, I think she was glad that maybe she didn't have to have that conversation with me, or my dad didn't have to.
We didn't have, I don't even think I had like a fucking, you know, when like the
gym teacher
is the health teacher and you watch a video. I honestly don't even think we had that.
We did, and it was like an old video, like from the 80s or 90s.
I just remember in like 5th grade having the video where like they talk about puberty.
Mm-hmm.
Like actually like for the girls it was like menstruation. And they separated us.
Yeah, that's what
the boys
happened.
had the boys version and the girls had the girls version. And then they give you like a little kit with a pad in it.
Interesting. We didn't get any party favors on the guy's side.
And then like I feel like that was like the most that we ever talked about our bodies in a school setting. And then after that, like there's no education in middle school or in high school. And I think it's because the official stance is abstinence. But when you just talk about that, you don't even offer like the alternative of like, okay, but there are going to be some of you who don't abstain. Here's what you should do, and here's how you should take care of yourself. That doesn't happen. And then like that's when we have people in high school, middle schools getting pregnant. And then
I don't know, I feel like as a guy too, you start noticing people starting to look different. As girls, would you notice that? You're like, oh, that girl has like big boobs now?
I think so. One of the friends that I had in 5th grade, like she was my best friend at the time. Like she developed early.
And were you like, damn?
I mean, I guess again, and I've said this before, in 5th grade, maybe up until 7th grade, you guys flat as a board over here. So like for me, it was noticeable because I was like, oh, my friends all have boobs. And I don't.
Because I remember in middle school, there was guys who would like from one year to the next, like could grow facial hair, like they'd have chest hair or whatever.
Yeah.
Like for me, I can't remember like when the body hair came. It just kind of appeared. But I know that there's some people who are like, yeah, I got my first ball sack hair at this age.
Well,
I'm like, I can't remember that. Can you?
Yeah.
You can remember?
Yeah.
Well, you're a hairy guy, so I think that's more. I'm not very hairy.
I had like in middle school, I had like a mustache and sideburns. Not important. It was embarrassing now. It's embarrassing now.
To have sideburns.
But at the time, you were like, yeah, I got these
Like
sideburns.
He's like, the ladies are gonna come flocking.
And then I just kept the chin strap for some reason.
Anyway, that's another episode on the books. We've covered various topics.
What a weird tangent we went off today.
We always do.
Um,
Be safe out there. Don't print your porn.
don't print your porn.
Don't record it over kids' Barney tapes.
Please don't traumatize kids.
Watch The Substance.
Watch Paradise.
Get your lips done.
Get your lips done.
Don't hit your kids unless they deserve it. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't hit your kids.
Yeah.
Where is visible? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
But yeah, we'll see you next week then.
Bye.
Bye.